Magic Man 2 is finally here, but let's be honest, not everyone gets it. Some listeners are confused by the concept, the mood, even the persona Jackson built. If you're one of them, this guide is for you. To really get it, we need to rewind back to 2021. In 2021, Jackson Wang walks away from JYP Entertainment with GOT7 and suddenly, the rules no longer apply. For the first time, he's free. Free to expand the label he built years earlier. Team Wang, free to create without boundaries, free to finally reveal who he really is, without compromise. But true freedom also meant confronting the truths he had long kept hidden. For years, Jackson quietly carried the weight of depression and loneliness. Now, with nothing holding him back, he turned that pain into his most ambitious project. In 2022, the world met the Magic Man. The Magic Man wasn't just a character, he was a response to years of loneliness and struggle. Jackson took his pain and transformed it into art, raw, chaotic, magnetic, someone who lives on instinct.
My whole life this everything that I did, my performance, my music, everything that I do, a lot of the times it's always been, a lot of the times there's always filter in front of me, there's always tags in front of me, there's always labels in front of me. Before anybody look at my work, all these years, they would always filter me, to categorize me in something. And I just want to say, it takes a lot of, it's a part of the process. That's why I appreciated this moment. I appreciate it so much. I don't want to be labeled. I don't want to have tags. I don't want to have any filter. I am me. I'm Jackson Wang.
The Magic Man universe didn't just exist in sound, it came alive in for music videos that told a full story arc, Blue, Cruel Blue, and Come Alive. It began with Blow. A haze of smoke fills the air, a hypnotic performance where everyone is gasping for breath. Desire takes over, suffocating and irresistible, pulling you deeper into the Magic Man's world. Then came Cruel. Here, fire dominates, brutal, destructive, seductive. Jackson is both victim and villain, trapped in the cycle of a toxic relationship where attraction and pain are inseparable. But the fire doesn't last forever. Blue strips it all away. The chaos disappears, leaving emptiness and silence. Surrounded by vast skies and endless water, Jackson confronts isolation, loneliness, and the quiet weight of depression. Finally, Come Alive closes the chapter. The surreal resurrection, macabre, chaotic, theatrical. Jackson rises from death itself, drenched in blood and shadows, surrendering completely to the Magic Man persona. This wasn't just another video, it was the moment his universe fully took shape. Together, these four visuals told the story of obsession, destruction, despair, and rebirth. They weren't just music videos, they were fragments of Jackson's own struggles, stitched into a cinematic universe. On stage, the Magic Man looked unstoppable. Jackson transformed into a force of nature, chaotic, magnetic, impossible to ignore. Every performance was raw energy, reckless freedom, and seduction. The motto of the album was clear: find your magic. Go find your reason to be happy. And for a while, it seemed the Magic Man had done exactly that. But offstage, the reality was different. Jackson was still fighting the shadows that had given birth to the persona. Years of depression and loneliness that couldn't simply disappear under the spotlight. The Magic Man was armor, but it was also a mask.
And then
something happened.
Obviously, the pain, the betrayal, went through that.
Even the Magic Man couldn't endure it. Two of Jackson's close friends betrayed him over money. For someone who had already carried the weight of depression and loneliness for years, this new wound cut even deeper. Darkness crept in, heavier than ever, pressing down on the mask until it became unbearable, suffocating, crushing. Jackson stepped away for a year, retreating from the spotlight to process the pain.
It was bad. Like, it was so bad that I said, I need to stop. It was so bad.
Like, did you suffer from depression or anxiety?
Yeah, a lot. I think internally I was a lot. I was very bad. Like, I was escaping so much to a point where I didn't even know myself. And second, because of that, I couldn't do anything. And yeah. And
what was that point that made you feel like you need to come out of this? And
I felt like I was gonna die. Yeah, like literally die.
like physically?
Like I felt like I wanted to end my life at that point. And I never thought about that in my life, right? And
During that year away, Jackson poured all of his pain into a diary. Page after page, he confronted betrayal, loneliness, and the weight he had carried for so long. That diary became the blueprint for his next chapter of a darker, heavier reflection of his life, Magic Man 2. To bring it to life, Jackson gathered a team of producers and collaborators. They didn't just stay in the studio, they traveled together, exploring new spaces, pushing boundaries, and examining sounds that could capture the intensity of his emotions. Every song was built from that raw honesty, drawn directly from the pages of his diary. The result was an album divided into 4 chapters: Manic highs, losing control, realization, and acceptance. A cycle that mirrors life itself, the rush, the crash, the painful truth, and finally, moving on. Each song is a glimpse into his mind. And each music video is filled with symbols and the message that reveal what words alone cannot. So let's open this diary together page by page and start from the beginning.
the single is called High Alone. It's the introduction.
The story begins with High Alone, the introduction to Magic Man 2. It sets the tone, the mood, and the world we're about to enter. To Jackson, this wasn't just a music video, it was a reflection of how he sees the toxic, exploitative side of the entertainment industry. The music itself is kept minimal, almost like a backdrop, so that the focus stays on the story unfolding on screen. The scene begins with the rough sound of a match striking. In a dark room, the vulnerable Jackson sits naked, his only companion the smoke of his anxiety. His isolation is broken by a knock, and a VHS tape is slid under the door. The system requires the next show. He is forced to watch as his own life becomes a product on screen. The Magic Man walks down a long corridor. Mirrors reveal the invisible hand of the industry controlling him, symbolized by 2 stern men who appear and disappear in the reflections. Back in the dark room, the duality hits Jackson. Staring back from the mirror is his alter ego, the powerful Magic Man, a lie built on fear. The Magic Man is raised and violently dropped into a televised water tank, which symbolizes his life within the industry. He is handcuffed. A sudden cut reveals the control crew. Even they are disturbed. The water, overwhelming pressure, instantly closes in. The audience, program consumers, clap only on cue, devoid of empathy. The Magic Man immediately checks the cuffs, realizing his equipment is compromised. The shock of betrayal and sabotage is immediate. When the timer hits 0, a quiet nod seals the deal. The lid is locked. The product is sentenced to doom. A deliberate act by the system. Then, the fight happens onto stages. The scene cuts violently between the drowning Magic Man in the water tank and Jackson and Magic Man persona in the mirror. Jackson frantically trying to scrub off his black makeup. The Magic Man, his alter ego, bursts through the reflection, screaming his pain. The curious audience gathers and taps on the glass, treating his suffering like a disposable spectacle. The water turns red out of his blood. The price of fame stains the performance. The mirror shatters, the breaking of the illusion. The light is the flash of truth. The glass pieces are the cost of freedom. The Magic Man drowns. The audience coldly walks away. The final curtain behind the tank becomes red. The bloody reminder that the show was built on suffering. The screen fades to black, leaving the ultimate, tragic statement: the deepest wounds are not from your enemies. This is Jackson Wang's truth. The wounds came not from outside rivals, but from the very system he trusted, the relentless consuming gaze of the audience, and the inner circle of friends who betrayed him, the people he was meant to rely on. As the stage grows silent, a deeper question rises: Am I the Jackson everyone knows, or the Jackson I know? His struggle remains, the heartbeat of not for me. The track is quiet, intimate, almost a whisper, carrying the weight of reflection. Shadows stretch and flicker across the empty room, mirroring the doubts, fears, and isolation he's long carried behind the mask of Magic Man. Every motion, every pause, tells a story of betrayal and the struggle to reconcile the person he is with the persona the world expects. It's a private reckoning, Jackson confronting himself, alone with the truth. Not for Me captures the essence of introspection, the quiet reckoning of a man confronting himself, stripped of pretense, raw and human.
And by the way, Not For Me starts with a sick solo guitar. The lyrics are great. Human. I just need something human. What the fuck am I doing? A puppet on strings. You're talking about yourself.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a different, when I say that, it means I'm a puppet on strings, not just of the industry, it's just everything. And a part of that everything is also, one of it is also like my decisions. You know, so I'm, basically what that line means is I wasn't being myself. That's what it means.
Someone else is controlling you.
Yeah, some other element, just the entire situation that I was in.
When did you realize that?
That year.
Really?
I
That
was
you
just
were being
flushed.
controlled the entire time?
Not controlled. I just realized that I wasn't me, and I was just figuring out why. And one of the answer that I figured out was the reason why I wasn't me is because a part of it was also my decisions. I was the one who put myself into this. That's a part of the.
And by this, you mean what? You mean the situation you were in? But what in particular?
No, for example, like you said, the betrayal, the pain, and also whatever the chaos that I went through, also good moments, bad moments, just the entire thing as a package. It's also a part of my decision that I made those decision, and it led me to
Totally.
that.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't. You went one day to go play basketball, and you were scouted to join a trainee program.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for somebody to come up to you and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
you could be
Decisions.
a global pop star."
Yeah.
You know, like what? That's crazy.
That's decisions, man.
totally.
Yeah.
Not For Me captures the essence of introspection, the quiet reckoning of a man confronting himself, stripped of pretense, raw and human. As the song fades, the sound of water returns, tying back to High Alone, a reminder that the drowning never truly ended. Life can look perfect, but sometimes betrayal and manipulation lie just beneath the surface. This is GBAD, or GBAD.
Look, you guys know me. Since I'm debut till now, I don't have enemies. I love everybody, and you guys know, the people who know, you know, I'm like a friendly person. Why the fuck am I like this right now? Right? Not to fucking go crazy and go against someone. It's just protecting my own will as a person. When people take advantage behind the scenes, you see me on TV, you see me doing this and that, but you don't see these real what they're doing. And I'm willing to do everything. I'm willing to risk everything. Just come at me. Because sometimes you just gotta be a dick. Boom!
After the Magic Man's death in the water tank, the echo of water lingers, a haunting reminder of betrayal and suffering. Then suddenly, we're in a picture-perfect world, rolling green hills, bright skies, a smiling sun. It looks peaceful, almost too peaceful, but suddenly, the Magic Man falls into the scene, wounded and torn from the water tank, scared, and out of breath. Then a man in a green suit appears, extending his hand. On the surface, he seems friendly, but the green symbolizes false help, envy, greed, and exploitation. Magic Man hesitates, as he helps people with his powers. The gratitude is stolen by the green-suited man. He takes the credit, enjoying the rewards of Magic Man's efforts. Suddenly, the hand transforms into the Squid Man, symbolizing manipulation, control, and hidden betrayal. This is the friend who exploited him, hiding deception beneath a friendly face. The bright world collapses. coins rain down, and the people he helped are revealed as actors in a hollow performance. Magic Man is dragged into the dark underground world, confronting the full reality of deceit and exploitation. Finally, he fights back. Using his powers, he defeats the squid, reclaiming his strength and setting his own boundaries. The lesson is clear. Sometimes you have to be firm, even ruthless, to protect yourself.
This has got to be a dig. It's true. If you don't agree with it, you will agree eventually. Shit will happen with your life too.
Next page of this chapter is Buck, where anger and confrontation take over. Buck music video delivers the stark origin of his dark facial markings. They are the indelible stain of deceit. In the opening, Jackson in white confronts the squid, the symbol of the betraying friend. His furious slam causes black ink to erupt, instantly marking his face. This ink is the physical poison of the betrayal. Now the Magic Man, he enters the chaotic, primal space of the squid cave. His furious movements are a warrior ceremony as he wades through the pools of ink that symbolize every dark emotion he has faced. This is the pain and darkness he wears. His final, definitive act is one of ultimate power. He eats the squid. He consumes the venom of the betrayal, transforming it into strength. His chilling declaration is final. I'm dreamed of going all the way to hell to deal with you. When the anger fades, only awareness remains. This is Chapter 3, Realization. Hate to love unfolds in black and white, a world drained of warmth. Only his blue eyes and red gloves stand out, blue for the cold ache of depression and painful clarity, red for the wound that never healed. The black patches around his eyes are darker and wider than ever, the darkness now fully consuming him. There is no stage, no fight, only a man facing the ultimate, devastating truth about the one he trusted as family.
Another song about humanity that I feel people don't love to hate, they just hate to love. You get what I mean? People, because it takes more energy to love something than hate something.
Yeah.
Because that's what I felt. People are just, hate to say it, but reality of just society, bro. Everyone's trying to live, right? So I understand that now. But at first, when I encountered that, I wasn't ready for it. That's
what did
why.
you feel at that point? Were you depressed
betrayed,
or
man.
were you...
Betrayed, bro.
But did you go low or you wanted to take revenge?
Not, of course, at a certain moment, losing control, I really wanted to take a revenge. But then at the end, I just accepted it. It took me a long time to just accept and move on with it.
The answer to the entire Magic Man journey is found. He asks the final, defining question. The question has been asked. To find the answer, the realization journey must immediately proceed to the harsh facts laid out in one time.
Song, but one time I really like just because of the.
Oh, that's a skit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's when I was. That's exactly how I made it. Was that's exactly where I was. I think I was touring. Right, I was just thinking that moment while I wrote it, like probably like the last leg of my tour for Magic Man 1. I was just in my room and just drinking by myself and just, I know it's corny, I know it's cringe, but it is what, I was just looking out the window and I just felt like, fuck, maybe, what is love, you know, and have I felt it? I mean, obviously from the fans coming to the show, you know, supporters, but it felt here, like when I'm alone though, you know, and it's, even if everyone's supporting my supporters, it's all online, you know, but I'm always alone, you know, so that emptiness inside me, so that's why you can hear at the end of it, I fell down, right, just all that was exactly what happened in those moments.
And when the noise fades, only silence remains. He's alone again, no spotlight, no applause, just the echo of his thoughts. He gave everything, yet feels nothing.
Can we talk about everything? It's a good song. It's about being lonely, right?
It's just a part of the journey where I felt like a certain moment. I spent a lot of time with myself in that 1 year, and there is some moments that I felt like, even you, like you said, you see me as always grinding and always you know, being disciplined and just working out stuff just one after another. But there are a lot of times that I doubt myself, and, you know, I question myself a lot of time when I'm alone. And I feel like, yo, I gave everything into this. Why is it the way it is? You know, why am I still lost? You know, why, you know, just being unsatisfied about where I am in my life. There are a lot of moments like that, and then I just kind of like, hey, well, this is a part of my life too, you know, and I just wrote this song.
I mean, a part of that is like the song, it's steeped in loneliness. Like there is this idea of like, you have all these people around you.
But I feel like I'm still alone. I'm sure you feel, sometimes 100%. You guys feel the same too.
It's life.
Yeah, we are born alone, we die alone. But it's not a bad thing, it's just facts.
The ultimate path to acceptance is paved with unconditional love. His journey of reflection ends by spending quality time with his parents, finding the only true source of stability. Dear is the intimate proof. We hear the voice chats of his parents sent over the years, breaking through the silence to validate his worth. This profound return to his roots anchors the soul. Sophie Ricky is his final tribute to the unconditional trust of his mother and father, leading directly to the chapter's final statement, "Made me a man."
Yeah, the last song is Made Me a Man, and it's chapter 4, acceptance, accepting it and moving on. And that's every situation in life. And something happened, you learn. You first of all, you get very emotional about it, then you realize a lot of things. And at the end, you know, what has happened can't be undone, you know, so you just accept it, you learn, and you move on with it. And whatever the good and the bad made who you are today.
When you say, and obviously there's a lot on these songs that's very personal to you, so you go as far as you want to go. And it's important to us as fans and listeners to the music that becomes ours too. But when you say, you know, I still missed the mark, that really jumps out to me, you know, because it's the kind of observation people make when they're sort of accepting their flaws, and it's not just the conspiracy that surrounds people, but ultimately there's an acceptance that you know, I'm culpable here for all of this too. So what do you mean when you say that? It doesn't have to be as granular as a specific, but what does that mean to you? That statement, I still missed the mark.
It means like I was living in a certain way where I was so confident in what I was doing, how I felt, what I think is right and what I think is wrong. But then, you know, life is just so dynamic. At the end, you realize, oh, it was not the world that I understand is not what it's like.
Yeah. You were trying to control it.
Right. And then that's when you learn to just accept and just move on with it.
The ultimate realization is complete. The persona is shed. Jackson has been stripped and born again. This is the earned outcome of the entire journey, declaring his new philosophy, live the magic. Jackson believes Magic Man 2 isn't made to please everyone. It's a self-serving album, something necessary for his own healing journey. He once compared his albums to an apple and a kiwi, and this one, he said, is his kiwi.
All the songs in the album is the one for me, but it might not be. I always have an analogy. Like it might not be apple, right? I'm making something like a durian or a kiwi. That it's very personal to me, but it might not be picked up by everyone. So I'm not making an apple.
So what do you think? Is Magic Man 2 a kiwi or an apple?
I hate to repeat this again, but it's kiwi.